Tonight for dinner we're going to be having a Rochester original, chicken French. First created at the Brown Derby restaurant in Rochester, New York. It's a little bit different than chicken Francaise because chicken French uses sherry instead of white wine. We're going to be making it gluten-free. So we're going to be using a gluten-free flour, King Arthur cup for cup flour. And we're going to be using a gluten-free pasta from Boza's, also here in Rochester, New York. This is a gluten-free fettuccine. It is fantastic. When we don't use Boza's, we just use regular pasta. We'll use the Barilla gluten-free. They have a fettuccine, a linguine, a spaghetti, and a macaroni. So we're going to be using Boza's gluten-free fettuccine, and then we're going to be using King Arthur brand gluten-free measure for measure flour. Everything else we got in here, we got sherry. Oh, something that's a little bit different. We're going to be cooking it in a Sicilian lemon flavored extra virgin olive oil instead of just olive oil. And I'm also going to add, I usually add to the flour mixture, I'll use some lemon pepper, and I'll do that. But I just got this wonderful lemon rosemary seasoning, so I'm going to be adding that to the flour mixture that we flour the chicken before we put in an egg wash, and then throw it in the pan with our olive oil and cook it up like that. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we got our chicken breasts, and we're gonna slice them. We're gonna slice them right in half, right across, just like this. We're gonna butterfly them. So we're gonna go in here. I want to make a nice smooth cut. And get this nice and butterflied. All right. So we're gonna end up with chicken. Looks kind of like this. That's fine. You could cut it so it's one piece, or you can cut it so it's two pieces. So I'm cutting it so it's gonna be a couple pieces. You can always butterfly it so that when you open it up, it's just one large piece of chicken, like you would do for chicken parmesan. All right, let's get this. So like this would be like chicken parmesan, one nice big piece of chicken. So we can do it both ways. Let's do it both ways. So I'll show you. What we're gonna do is we'll take our all right. So we want this to be nice and even in thickness, which this is pretty close. But we're just gonna tap it down, make our chicken cutlets. So like I said, this is two pieces. This is one big piece. And we just want this to have a nice even thickness to it. So when you look at it, you might see that some parts are just a little bit thicker than the rest. This part's thin right here. This is a nice good piece right here. So I'll show you with this guy. So I got it. Doesn't have to be too thin. Thinner the faster it cooks. But this is a nice big old piece of chicken cutlet. And then over here we got two smaller pieces of chicken cutlet. All depends on how you want to do it. And these could be cooked together, they could be cooked separate. So let's go ahead and this is ready. Let's go ahead and wash my hands. So on my chicken cutlet, I'm going to put some of this. This is lemon rosemary seasoning. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little of this on here before I dredge it in flour. This really smells so good. It looks like it's got like maybe some roasted pepper in there. It's got garlic in there. It's got rosemary, and of course it's got our lemon seasoning. Give it a nice pat down to make sure that the seasoning's sticking to it. Stick. And then give it a spin over. We'll get the other side. This seasoning's really good. I used to do the same thing with the lemon pepper. And I might do that because this is a nice lemony dish. So let's go ahead and sprinkle the lemon pepper on here too. We want our chicken to have a nice flavor to it. When it's all cooked up. Slap this down. And then put the lemon pepper on this side too. Alright, so this is nice and seasoned. Nice and seasoned. And lemony. We got lemon pepper. We got lemon pepper. And we have rosemary lemon seasoning. This is from Wegmans. Really good stuff. But you can use this. This is what I used before they started making this. This is all I used. I put the lemon pepper on there. So we're done with those two things. Now we're gonna make our dredge here. All right. So we're gonna put in some flour. That's a good amount for the chicken we have. It's more than enough. We're gonna put in some garlic powder. We're going to put in some Italian seasoning. All right, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. A little bit of Parmesan cheese. And then our salt and pepper. So we're going to grind some fresh salt. We're going to grind some fresh pepper. And I like to add white pepper if I have it. Let me see. There we go. Oh, I always like when I do a flour coating on anything, I like to add a white ground pepper or ground white pepper. Add that in there too. I just like the flavor. All right, let's get a spoon, mix all this up. Now, put this over here so that when I'm grabbing the chicken you can see it better in the camera. All right, this is all done. We're all done. All right, so here we go. This is nice and mixed up. Start with the little pieces. All right, one side, pat it down, and then the other side. And then whenever I do this, you know, you make sure there's enough flour on there it's coated. It doesn't have to be too thick for chicken French. But then you let it sit and you let the flour kind of get stuck like a sticky what do you call that when you paper mache type thing. So your chicken's moist, you add the flour, it sticks to the chicken, and then you just let it sit and the flour kind of starts absorbing some of that moisture from the chicken. Look at that. Don't those look nice? And now for our big old piece of chicken. So if I was making chicken Parmesan, this is what I'd be doing all day. I'd be having this big old piece of butterfly chicken for my chicken Parmesan. So it doesn't make a difference how you cook it, how you put it in the pan, you know, how you portion it. But you know, with chicken Parmesan you want to put a big old slice of cheese on top of it. So the more surface area you have on your chicken cutlet, the more cheese you can put on top of it, melt it down. Alright, so there we go. Our chicken cutlets are nice and floured. And like I said, I'll be doing some other stuff. and make that egg wash right now. All right, get rid of that. And get rid of this. Put it in a bag for next time I'm doing it. Wash my hands. Wipe this down. All right. This here, chicken French. All right, so this is something with chicken French in Rochester. What we do is we got an egg wash for it. And since I got these big pieces of chicken, I'm going to do 4 eggs. You want to make a nice egg wash. And piece of shell right there. So 4 eggs. And this is sugar. So for chicken French in Rochester, we put some sugar in there. Not a lot, just a little bit. And we put some Parmesan cheese in here. If you want to put a little Italian seasoning or a little garlic or whatever you want, you can. Go right ahead and do that. And then we're gonna get this all set up. And then I'll get my my grill going over my grill. I'll get my oil getting hot over here, and then we'll take this. We'll take the chicken, put it in the wash, put it in the pan, and cook it like that with our lemon oil and some butter and garlic, fresh garlic. Got fresh garlic somewhere around here. Yes, fresh garlic. All right, let's go ahead and get this all started and then start frying it up. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Turn this on. Turn on my water to boil that for the pasta. Put in my olive oil. A nice healthy portion of it. Add it all. This is the whole bottle. This is I didn't use the whole bottle. Just use a lot of it. So that's this is gonna be in our sauce anyways. We could throw I got 3 cloves of smashed garlic, and then later I'm gonna put a whole clove of pressed garlic in there. But this will give a nice flavor for all of this here. Our oil's getting nice and hot. We got our garlic in here getting nice and garlicky in the oil. All right, let's go ahead and start adding some of this chicken. Stir this up. So remember, this has egg, sugar, and Parmesan cheese in the egg wash. All right, we're gonna put it on one side, put it down the other side, and then put it in here. Same thing here. Get it nice and coated with the egg. Then we got our last big old piece of chicken here. All right, slap that in there so it all fits in our pan real nice. I'm going to turn this down to, well, I'm going to leave it up on high right now so the oil continues to get hot because it just got cooled down. I'll wash my hands and clean up all this stuff. All right, so this is getting nice and hot. I'm going to turn this down to medium, and now I'm going to add some butter to this too. We're going to do like 5 minutes on one side and then 5 minutes on the other. So go ahead and add a couple. Oops. Add some butter in there. Swirl the olive oil and butter around. This is nice and hot, so I gotta turn this off because I got a lot going on with my chicken. It's gonna be a while before I put the pasta in there. Now this is my lemon juice, and I got about a half cup of lemon juice in here. Right, this got it, and I'm gonna add some sugar, like 2 scoops of sugar, with my lemon juice, so it's not so sour. Mix that around. I'm also gonna put some cornstarch in here, so that when I add this, it'll thicken up the sauce. That's good. It's a good amount of cornstarch. Stir that in there. My lemon juice. I'm gonna add a little chicken broth. Top it off with some chicken broth. Keep this stirred. All right, let's go ahead and look at these. Let's look at these. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Now it's halfway between medium and high. This looks good though. Yeah. Flip this over. Oh, look how good that looks. That looks great. There we go. All right, this looks great. So now I'm going to do another 5 minutes on this side. Let's take a look at this. Look at this piece right here. Oh, that looks good. See that? Oh, that is nice. Now this is going to be going back into our sauce now. All right. Put this on here. All right, so we got our chicken sitting out. We want to add some wine, some sherry. So I got my sherry. Go ahead and add that. That's good. Cooking off the alcohol there. And oh, it smells so good. Add some of this chicken broth. And now our lemon juice with the cornstarch. Get this stirred up real good. Look at how good that sauce looks. Now turn it up a bit. We can thicken it up a bit. Put some Italian seasoning in there. Oh, look at that. That's getting nice and thick. Add the rest of our butter. You got our, oh yeah. All right, now I can turn it down again. See how nice and thick that is? I can turn it down again. I can add a little more chicken broth as this goes in. I don't want it too thick, but I want it nice and thick. There you go. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. I got my garlic. Go ahead and press that in. There we go. All right, that's good. Set that over there. All right, so here we go. Let's get this butter melted. And now we can start putting our chicken back in. Oh. Chicken. Chicken. Oh, chicken. This one's falling apart on me. Alright, there we go. We got it in. Good anyways. Oh, that's so good. Alright, let's get this in here. Now we're going to set this back up on medium. We're going to let this cook. Alright. We're going to let it cook 5 minutes on one side, flip it over, cook 5 minutes on the other side. We're a little lower than medium right now. I'm going to put some more Italian seasoning in here. There, that's good. Alright. Spoons. Let's go ahead. Oh, that's perfect. That's excellent. Move it down a little bit more. Put it down to just a little bit above low. Low. Just a little bit more than low. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to flip this over a little bit too. Oh, come on. There we go. Turn this over on the other side. Alright, there we go. Let this sit. Get our, I'm gonna wait a minute, get our pasta though. Put that in there. Alright, so we got our pasta, and this only goes in because it's fresh pasta, frozen. It only goes in for 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and put this one in. And go ahead and put this one in. This is our fettuccine. Put that back up to high, put that down to low, timer 3 minutes. Stir this around. Alright, this pasta is done. I'm going to turn this off, everything's off on the stove. Go ahead and drain it. Alright, here's my delicious, Bose's fettuccine. Gluten-free. Oh, it's so good. It's like I just made it at home. That's so good. Go ahead, let's see, we got our big piece of chicken here. One. Put that up there with that. Alright, so there we go. Oh, yeah. Put some sauce all over the top of it. Yeah, put some lemon slices on there. This is beautiful. Oh, it's so good. Let me see. Let's take a look at this. Look, nice and cooked right in the middle. Oh, it looks fantastic. Oh, it tastes delicious. It's so good. If you can't ever make it to Rochester, make this chicken French at home. So good.